long time no see. I'm pretty certain I've not done a YouTube video in about 5 or 6 years. I'm fairly certain as well that I was super brunette in the last one. So hi, welcome back if you are still subscribed, which I find quite hard to believe. You've obviously forgotten to hit the unsubscribe button. But I'm Kate, and yeah, I've not done a YouTube video in such a long time, and I really had an urge to do a video today. Last year, when the pandemic was in full swing, I started doing Instagram makeup videos, just getting back into that kind of creative space again after such a long time of not doing it. I think it's been a combination of things, confidence, life happening, that kind of thing. So yeah, welcome back, or hi if you're new. But today, as the title of the video suggests, this is a focus on the new McGrath Divine blushes, of which I have 3, like so. So I picked these up. I'm fairly certain they went on sale last Friday, which was the 21st of May, I think it was. I got a bundle set which you can get off the McGrath website. They retail for £35 each, so not cheap but not like astronomical. I did the like custom 3 trio bundle where you can pick your own shades. So there are 9 shades of these Divine blushes. This is the first foray into blushes by McGrath, and let's just say everyone's been pretty excited. It was £74 for a bundle, and then there was an extra 10% off, so it kind of worked out that you were almost saving like £10 per blush, which for me just felt like a better deal. And there was a few shades I wanted, so I couldn't really pick one, and I've got issues. So there we go. Done most of my makeup. So I've used the McGrath, of course, Mthrshp 5 palette. This is the bronze Seduction one on my eyes today. We're going very rose gold and shimmery. So I used the shade Entrapment, a little bit of Disobedient, which is the darker mattes. And then I used the rose gold shade here, which is called Rose Gold 005, I believe. And then a tiny bit of the lighter shade in the palette, which is Skin Show Divine. I have to check my phone on these because obviously the names aren't on the palette. Obviously got my foundation on. I've set everything with my current favourite Jordana t-shirt, Bake and Brighten duo powders, and this is in the shade Half Baked. And then I have also put a little bit of bronzer on, and that was the Christian Dior Forever Natural bronze in the shade Tan Bronze 04. So I've just had to charge my camera battery, which just says it all really, so you can tell how out of the loop I am. I kind of got one from every kind of colour range, so like coral, peachy pink, pink, that kind of thing. So let's start with the packaging, which is absolutely beautiful. Stunning uni carton with the gold, the main focus being the lilac shade. So to open it you would do this, but the shade names are on the top, so you would do this and then open it up. This is the first one here, so the standard McGrath sleek black with gold accent packaging. Now I have seen online that people are saying this is quite hard to open. I didn't have too much trouble with it, but if you struggle to open things in general you may find this a little bit difficult. But I would push it in with my thumb at the bottom and then open it up with my 2 fingers. So this is the pink shade that I picked up. This is Cherish. So these are 18 months shelf life and you get 9.7 grams, and this has the most beautiful embossing, which I think is what drew me in. It's a kind of rose effect with like almost like sunbeams coming out of that. The shade Cherish is described as a neutral pink demi matte. So the blushes have a demi matte, so slightly matte but not fully matte, so it's not overly powdery. finish, and then the satin pearl finishes. So this is one of the demi mattes and it's absolutely beautiful. The next shade is the most vibrant of the shades. This is Electric Bloom, which gives me MAC Frankly Scarlet vibes, like a true throwback shade. It's a bright coral. Definitely going to have a light touch with this one. So this is described as a vivid coral demi matte. The final shade is the most subdued of the three, and this is Nude Venus. It is described as a peachy pink with golden pearls. So this is one of the more pearlized finish, and I think this is going to be the one that I get the most use out of. So let's get into it. The first blush I'm going to try is Nude Venus, the safest of the options. So, oh, I just feel terrible using this. So, like so. Going to pop that on the high points of my cheeks, and I've just added a tiny bit and it is gorgeous. I hope that's translating well on camera. So I'm just going to build that up a little bit more so it builds up to quite a strong pop of colour. I like to place my blush I like to place my blush sort of higher on my face, just because my face is quite round. So I'm going to pop that. I'm going to do a third layer just to show how intense you can get the blush. So that's the lightest shade and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to go with Cherish on this side and we'll see what this looks like. So I'm just using a Doll Beauty brush. Oh yeah, super pigmented as you can see. So I'm just going to do a light touch. That is super pink. See, that is super intense and I've hardly used anything, so definitely worth kind of blotting on the back of your hand. That is a beautiful pink shade. I think I prefer the Nude Venus, but I think this is because of the brush I've used. Whereas this one's a little bit more angled and fanned out. I'm just going to use my bronzer brush just to kind of soften that a little bit, because this is seriously pigmented. So that looks better. So this is Cherish on this side. I just think that looks so nice. Like, this catches the light really nice. This is a demi matte and this one is the more pearlized finish, which has a slight little bit more of a sheen to it. So let's go in with Electric Bloom. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to use the same brush that I used for the Nude Venus one. I'm just going to do a little, I'm scared. So I'm just going to add this on top of the nude one. I mean, instantly that's like super pigmented. So if you like blush and you like having distinctive blush, this is going to be for you. Obviously if you use a much lighter hand, you're going to get a much softer result, but they're definitely buildable like that. These are so nice. I'm just going to try and match myself up a little bit. It's toned this down a little bit, but it's mainly for the camera purposes that I've made this quite intense. So I'm just going to use Nude Venus and kind of tone this down a little bit. Blending really beautifully, but they are pigmented. I've obviously done this quite intense just so you guys can really see the colour. I definitely think Nude Venus is my favourite and the easiest to use because it's not as an intense colour as the other two, but and I think this is going to be the one that I get the most use out of, but these look absolutely beautiful on the skin. So I'm using the Divine Rose Skin Fetish highlighter on a Doll Beauty brush. I'm just going to add some highlighting. I love this highlight, it's so beautiful. Ooh, on this side. This is a cheeky-ation, honestly. Like, how much are we loving this? Ooh. And down the nose, on the brow bone. So that is that. I'm gonna quickly put a lip on and I'll be right back. So I've just put a lip on. I used the McGrath Luxe Chance lipstick in Valletta, which is just like a nudie pink shade with a tiny bit of a NYX lip liner. So this is the finished look. Thoughts are, I definitely think my favourite is Nude Venus. It's that little bit easier to work with and a little less daunting, because let's not forget McGrath packs a pigment and it packs a punch with the vibrancy, so that was always in the back of my mind. So this one I think is going to be my kind of everyday kind of blush. It's just really beautiful and soft. Cherish, the bright pink, is absolutely beautiful. I think I used it on the wrong brush. I feel like this brush just kind of added too much pigment too quickly, so I definitely think sticking with an angled kind of fluffy-ish, dense, kind of somewhere in the middle kind of brush would be the best bet for this. But yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. Electric Bloom, oh my goodness, this would look absolutely stunning on deeper skin tones. Like for me, I have to be really light-handed with it, but it did go over the top of, you know, Nude Venus nicely. I think these layer on top of each other beautifully. Mother Pat has definitely released such an amazing product. They are absolutely stunning. They're really pigmented, they're beautifully blendable, they feel really light on the skin and they layer really nicely. Obviously you can build it so it's, you know, you can have like a nice wash of colour and then you can go into much more of a kind of intense blush. Obviously I put quite a bit on just to give you guys a reference to what the colours are like and how buildable they are, but I think this looks really nice and yeah, just gives a nice pop of colour onto my cheeks, which were looking a little bit drab to say the least. And I like the highlighter on top, so the highlighter lays on top of them really nicely. Obviously I'd already powdered and set my face and they've just blended over the top beautifully. I do find though with blushes and any kind of powder really that I have to make sure that my cheeks are set, because sometimes it just doesn't work for me. It's just my skin type. My skin's quite combination, occasionally oily, but then I do have like drier patches that the powders can cling to, so it's better for me to just like fully set my face before applying them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Will another one come afterwards? Who even knows? I haven't a clue. I don't want to commit to anything too soon, but thank you for taking the time to watch, of course, and if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, leave me a comment, have you ordered anything yourself? I was quite tempted to get the highlighter and the quad as well, but I reined myself in ever so slightly. So yeah, subscribe if you want. It might not be worth your time because I might not do another video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it and maybe I'll see you next time. Bye!